The air hung heavy and sweet with the scent of salt and brine. The sun beat down on the volcanic rock, its heat almost unbearable. Four friends, young and full of life, laughed as they clambered over the jagged teeth of Magpupungko rock pools. Aya, the bravest of the group, pointed towards a particularly inviting pool. "Gap 2S, race you!" she cried, her voice echoing off the ancient stone. The friends, giddy with the thrill of adventure, splashed into the crystal-clear water. Sunlight danced upon the surface, reflecting their carefree smiles. They had come to this remote corner of Siargao seeking adventure, their backpacks brimming with youthful exuberance and a thirst for the unknown. Little did they know, adventure would soon find them. As the day wore on, the friends ventured further from the well-worn paths, their laughter echoing through the labyrinthine rock formations. The sun began its descent, casting long, eerie shadows that stretched and contorted with the fading light. It was then that they encountered an old woman, her face weathered and etched with the wisdom of generations. Her eyes, dark and knowing, held a flicker of warning as she spoke in hushed tones. "The spirits are restless tonight. Beware the whispers of the wind and the call of the caves." The friends, though momentarily unnerved by the old woman's cryptic words, quickly dismissed her warning as mere superstition. They were, after all, children of logic and reason, their minds closed to the whispers of the ancient world. But as the shadows grew longer, an unsettling feeling began to creep into their hearts. The wind picked up, whipping their hair around their faces. The waves crashed against the rocks with a ferocity that was absent before. The friends, their earlier bravado waning, huddled closer, their laughter now tinged with a nervous energy. They decided to head back, the path no longer familiar in the dimming light. "Did you feel that?" whispered Ben, his voice barely audible above the roar of the ocean. A shiver ran down his spine, sending goosebumps erupting across his skin. The air grew noticeably colder, the warmth of the day replaced by a bone-chilling dampness. The friends exchanged uneasy glances, their breaths misting in the sudden chill. "It's just the wind, Ben," scoffed Mark, his voice lacking its usual confidence. But even he couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. The shadows seemed to dance with a life of their own, twisting and contorting into grotesque shapes that sent shivers down their spines. The once inviting pools now appeared dark and menacing, their depths unreadable in the fading light. A low, mournful wail echoed across the water, sending a jolt of fear through the group. Their eyes darted to the source of the sound, searching for a logical explanation, but there was nothing there. Just the relentless crashing of the waves and the eerie whistling of the wind. "It's probably just a bird," said Mia, her voice trembling slightly. But deep down, none of them believed her. The tension was palpable, each of them straining to hear any other sound that might explain the eerie wail. They huddled closer, the sense of unease growing with each passing moment. Dark clouds began to gather, casting an even deeper shadow over the already dim landscape. As they looked towards the horizon, a sense of dread settled over them, the feeling that something was watching, waiting. As they pressed on, desperate to escape the growing darkness, Aya noticed something strange. Tucked away between two towering rock formations was a cave, its entrance shrouded in an unnatural darkness. It seemed to beckon her, whispering promises of secrets yet to be revealed. Curiosity, always her downfall, warred with the growing unease in her gut. "Hey guys, check this out," she called out, her voice echoing strangely in the confined space. The others, hesitant but unwilling to leave her side, followed cautiously. The air inside the cave was heavy and oppressive, thick with the smell of damp earth and something ancient and unknowable. Aya's phone slipped from her grasp, the screen cracking as it clattered to the ground. "Great, just great," she muttered, bending down to retrieve it. As she reached for it, her fingers brushed against something cold and slick. She recoiled instantly, her heart pounding in her chest. Shining her phone's light on the ground, she saw a pile of smooth black stones arranged in a spiral pattern. They were ice cold to the touch, radiating an unnatural chill that seemed to seep into her bones. "Let's just go, Aya," pleaded Mia, her voice tight with fear. The others, their faces pale in the flickering light of their phones, murmured their agreement. But Aya, transfixed by the strange stones and the oppressive atmosphere of the cave, couldn't bring herself to leave. She felt inexplicably drawn to this place, as if some unseen force was pulling her in. The cave seemed to pulse with a life of its own, each beat resonating with her very soul. Aya's eyes widened, her breath hitching as she felt the weight of the cave's secrets pressing down on her. She knew deep down that leaving now would mean never uncovering the truth that lay hidden within. "Aya, come on!" Mark's voice echoed through the cave, tinged with urgency. He reached out, his hand closing around her wrist, but just as he did, the air grew heavy, the temperature plummeting to an unbearable degree. The wind howled outside, its mournful cries morphing into a chorus of screams. Aya's phone flickered and died, plunging them into absolute darkness. Panic surged through the group, their fear palpable in the suffocating air. Mark's grip on Aya's wrist tightened, but it was no use. She felt herself being pulled away, dragged towards the back of the cave by an unseen force. "Hold on, Aya!" Mark's voice was a desperate plea lost in the cacophony of sound, but his words were swallowed by the darkness, his hand ripped from hers. Aya screamed, her voice echoing off the cavern walls, swallowed by the shadows. Then, silence. Mark and the others fumbled for their phones, their fingers trembling as they struggled to turn them on. The dim light flickered to life, revealing the horrifying truth. Aya was gone, vanished without a trace. The only evidence of her presence, the faint echo of her scream, lingering in the air like a phantom limb. The wind howled outside, its mournful cries seeming to whisper a name. Aya. The old woman's warning echoed in their ears, a chilling reminder of the power of the unseen world. The spirits were real, and they had taken Aya. From that day forward, The cave stood silent, a chilling monument to the arrogance of youth and the ancient power that lurked beneath the surface of their world. The whispers of the wind and the waves continued, a constant reminder that some secrets are best left buried in the darkness. And so the Cave of Whispers remained, a place of legend and fear, where only the brave or the foolish dared to tread.